Wild Willie rides again. Here we are, folks. I'm having a bad hair day, but you know what? We don't care. We just keep going on. It's all about meaning, folks. It's all about meaning and not making any. I was taking a drug test the other day, and I saw this super funny thing on the wall. It was 3 cups, and one cup, each cup had yellow liquid in them, and the first cup said, "I'm half full." And then the second cup said, "I'm half empty." And then the third cup said, "I think this is pee." And I thought it was really funny because it's so simple, yet it's so profound because it actually points to the way out of duality. Because duality is meaning making. Because meaning making happens in the mind, and it's 2-dimensional. It's either this or that. And so the way out is to see things as they really are. This is a cup with pee in it. It's neither good nor bad. And that's the thing. If within the realm of meaning making, you can kind of dope yourself. You can make yourself feel bad, or you can make yourself feel good. Things happen, and then there's a process. Something happens, you perceive it. How you perceive it determines how you're going to feel, right? And then how your mind perceives how you're feeling keeps it going and going and going and going and going and going. And this is bad, and this is bad, and this is bad, and this is bad. And it has to do with meaning. It all has to do with meaning. Meaning is value, right? That's the trap of duality, meaning and value. So if you want to, within duality, solve all of your problems, the way you do this is you realize, or you try to realize, or you try to perceive your reality through this lens that everything that happens has infinite value. Everybody has infinite value. We're all here, and we are all infinitely valuable, and we're all here mixing around, coexisting. Things bump into each other. Things happen. And the moment I attribute a negative meaning to something that happens in my life, I'm going to suffer. You see? But if you try to, in your mind, within duality, if you try to understand that everything has infinite value, my bad hair day has infinite value because it gives me something funny to talk about to you. It's okay, right? But that's within duality. If we want to see the cup as a cup filled with pee, we must step out of duality. And how do you do that? You stop attributing meaning to things. You start to live in this moment now. Now. And then you will still experience the process happen. Something happens, I'm present, I feel pain in my body. I feel sadness in my body. I feel excitement in my body. I feel nervousness in my body. It's this great, I just saw this, I'm plagiarizing. I just saw this great Buddhist story on the internet. And so this Buddhist monk decides he's going to get into this boat and go meditate and get all blissed out on this lake, this calm, serene lake, right? He's meditating, he's in the boat, he's on the lake, and then all of a sudden, boom, right? Something bangs his boat, and it sounds like wood, and he, his eyes are closed, and he perceives that it's some other person in another boat, some idiot who doesn't know how to steer his freaking boat, hits his boat, and it disrupted his meditation. He's going to get all blissed out, and so he's getting all angry, thinking about this guy who doesn't know how to freaking steer a boat, who hit in his boat, and he opens up and he sees there's nobody in the boat. It's just a loose boat floating all around. And so he realizes that everything that happens within him. And that story is really cool. I watched that story and I said, "Oh man, this is exactly what I'm talking about," he attributed negative meaning to the person that didn't know how to steer his own boat, that wasn't there. And he got all angry. He doped himself. He doped himself to feel anger, right? So something happens, somebody does something we don't understand, and it makes us feel bad. We attribute negative meaning onto them or the situation. And then it dopes us into feeling bad, half empty. The glass is half empty, right? Oh, they said this, and it made me feel this way, and I don't know how to solve this problem, or there is no solution for this problem, or we can solve this problem. Let's go on to the next thing, and let the stress, right, mellow out, and then that's it, right? That's it. That's just that's non-duality. It's just, this is what happened. This is what happened. This is what is there. Glass that has some pee in it. That's all it is, folks. That's all it is. If you want to be, that's why it says in the Tao Te Ching, as soon as you make something good, other things become bad. As soon as you make some things bad, other things become good. You see? So don't attribute any value or meaning to anything. You just accept what is. Learn first to see what is. Because we've all lived in the world of meaning for like most of our lives. A lot of us are still living in the world of meaning making. And so until we stop doing that, we're not going to be able to see things how they really are, because we're only going to be seeing what we think they mean, you see? And there's two fundamental mechanisms within us that help us to come out of meaning making and duality, and basically, in essence, our suffering, right? Because we're always going to be running towards half full and running away from half empty, right? This is the law. These two things are attention and intention, and they work together. And when one is weaker than the other, you strengthen the other by strengthening the stronger one, right? If you can't discern, like, okay, attention and intention, right? Intention allows us to do things that are hard. We don't necessarily need to be living in the present moment, living in attention to do these things. But if we're able to do things that are hard, complete them, set out to complete them and complete them, we strengthen our attention, you see? And attention strengthens intention, right? Because if you say, I'm going to quit coffee, I have the intention to quit coffee, but I don't have the attention to observe my cravings and my reactions of reaching for the coffee. If I'm not aware of those, and I'm not able to redirect my attention to other things, then I might not quit. I might not make it. I might not succeed. So you need both. Attention and intention, they help us. They help us come out of these things. Because meaning making is habitual and automatic. It's habitual and automatic. So in order for us to come out of that, we have to strengthen the intentional. We have to strengthen our attention and our intention, which are not automatic. Those are intentional things. You see what I'm saying? But that's it. I mean, that is truly it. Everything else is just like either fun to talk about or interesting. But I mean, really, it's it. It's just meaning. The making of meaning keeps us trapped in suffering, in duality, in not seeing the world as it really is, and life as it really is, and things as they really are. And the two ingredients that you need to come out of duality and to see things as they really are attention and intention. Those two things will break the bonds that we have to the automatic and habitual process of meaning making. Okay, Wild Willie, out.